Virtual reality has the ability to take you beyond the four walls. Normally, education is kept within the four walls, and we try very hard to keep it within that because we think we have the magic key. But in today's society and in today's youth, the key is in the student. And once we realize that, then we start opening the doors and going beyond the bounds. And that's what virtual reality allows us to do.
Well, as soon as we got the equipment, we wanted to use the equipment right away. So we wanted a class. We didn't want to just have it as an after-school activity or something sitting in the back of the room that would hardly get used. So we chose a number of students, had them come up with a plan, a project that they could work with. Each project has to be associated with some teacher. And then we found a spot, and this spot worked out well for us. And then the students started to work. By doing it this way in the back of the room here, we could have the class every single period without requiring any more teacher time. That was another sell for this thing, is that it doesn't require any more teacher time. Students are working independently, and we could have them any time during the day. So there's someone in here almost all the time working on this. I think the virtual reality techniques are important in the classroom anytime you're talking about something that is a three-dimensional type of thing. One of the things we deal with in physics is three-dimensional motion.
I went up to Mr. Wagner. I was just like, do you need anything done that would help benefit you? Because everyone else is just giving me things they want to see. And he was just like, make me a solar system. I need that for my astronomy class. I was like, done. So that's how I settled on the solar system.
We teach Newton's universal law of gravitation. And when you talk about the effects of gravity, you're going to deal with Newton's laws, both the law of gravitation and all three other laws of motion. And so as a result, there's a lot of application to what we're doing in physics. Well, you're seeing the motion of the object, okay? So the object is moving, attempting to go in a straight line, but not able to do that because of the pull of gravity. And so Newton's first law says it's going to go in a straight line forever unless the force acts on it. That force of gravity then is pulling it in an ellipse. And so with Kevin's model, he's modeled gravity to make the planet stop going in a straight line and go in an ellipse. So if we could suddenly take the sun and make its gravity disappear, the Earth would go in a perfect straight line, assuming there were no other planets affecting it.
It did help me understand our solar system and helped me understand the planet's tilts. I figured out planets are not tilted on their sides. The only planet that actually does roll on the side is Uranus. I understood that Saturn was not flat, it was tilted like that and spun on its axis like that, so that helped me understand that.
Well, one of the things we have to do is we're charging, starting next year, a fee for students to take the course because we need to develop some financial background for this thing because the equipment doesn't last forever. It's going to fail. We've already had one set of glasses fail, but fortunately they're under warranty. We keep the glasses locked up so that we protect the glasses. Otherwise, the equipment itself is fairly maintenance-free until something breaks. And since it's only a few months old, we're in pretty good shape at this point in time. But we keep the equipment back here, and we make it available all day long. Other than that, there's not really much of a problem with it. We started out with software that had to all be updated and registered and that type of thing, and so it took a little while to get that going, but now that seems to be working okay. But as with all software, there's constantly updates, and we have to stay up with the updates and that type of thing. You have to realize also one thing about VR. I don't teach VR. Nobody teaches VR. What happens is the students are basically teaching themselves. What we do is provide the equipment, provide the motivation, and clarify when needed, especially about the science concepts or whatever concepts they're working on.
It's called UV textures. So what you'll do is you press this little grid right here.
And then go into the face button. That's what he
There's
called it.
a little button that's like a face. It's called
got a face on it.
UV-image editor. Yes, tell us if you need to slow down.
Do you have everything so far? Yeah. Okay. Solid.
All right, cool. So you
the only limitations are the limitations of the human mind. The students are able to be as creative as possible, which is one of the things we liked about the program. There's no curriculum. There's no guide for the students. They have to do research. They have to interface with teachers to try to get ideas and criticisms of their work. They have to think outside the box. They have to be problem solvers. These are all the things we're trying to teach students as they become lifetime learners, because this is the way you are successful in life.